Hey, it's Tim Brown, for those of you who already know me. And we are at the Walker County Courthouse. This is where I grew up, in Walker County. And basically, I want to just share a couple thoughts with you about why I'm here, why we started GOaL, and what we're doing, and some thoughts about what's happening in this county. So, obviously, it's a little bit nerve-wracking to stand here on the courthouse in Walker County and talk about LGBTQ issues, simply because I came from here and I grew up as a kid questioning my sexuality and hiding that. I was a minister in this county. I was a youth minister and a pastor at some point. And so now here I am in the same place where I used to walk around, and I'm about maybe 10 miles from Carbon Hill, where this big controversy came about recently with the mayor, or Chambers, I think his name was, who said that killing out the LGBTQ community. Didn't say it exactly that way, but that was the intent on Twitter. And so we're kind of in the crucible of why we started GOaL, which is this on my shirt here. I came out late in life. I grew up here, like I said. I lived on Smith Lake, traveled all around this area. My family is from here, and so my roots are here. Spent most of my childhood here. And we actually sat down with one of my board members, who's actually filming this for me right now, in an establishment a few years ago, and wrote out the bylaws and the purpose of what GOaL is, and I'm going to tell you about that. And we did that here, and it was just this, it's otherworldly kind of experience to be in this place where I felt very afraid to be who I was at some point, and know that there are people experiencing the same thing. And then with all this happening recently, giving light to that, it just brings all that back to me. So anyway, I came out in my adulthood. And when I did, I just sat down one day and I said, Tim, it is time for you to get out and live. You just can't keep doing this. And I told my family when I came out, you can have me one of two ways. You can have me as a gay son, brother, family member, or friend, or you can have me dead. Not meaning that I was, actively trying to kill myself or wanted to, but there were times where I just didn't know what to do, and I knew that I couldn't continue to live that way. And that's the way people feel who don't have an environment they can live out in. And so I sat down and I said, Tim, it is time for you to get out and live. And thus GOaL came about. I called Nick, my buddy, and I said, look, Nick, we have to start a nonprofit. And that nonprofit is GOaL, Get Out and Live. And we have to reach out to people, teenagers, college students, adults in rural communities that don't have the support group that we have now, and where I lived in Raleigh at the time. And so recently, with this thing with Mayor Chambers coming out, I think he actually decided to resign, or said that he would. That's the right decision if he did. If he didn't, he should. And I have no right to say probably that he should, but I will say that. If you're going to make those kinds of statements about groups of people, you shouldn't be in power. You represent all the people. Even if you disagree with some of the people in that county, that city, or whatever, you represent those people. And so Mayor Chambers should resign or be removed from office. You cannot make those kinds of statements about any group. So real quick, we have, some people talk about the gay agenda. We do have an agenda, but it's not what people think it is. Our agenda is to provide a safe out, journey, passage, place of support for people in the LGBTQ community. There's a page on Facebook that we connected with here because there are people in Walker County who want to simply just live their lives authentically. Now, being a minister in this county and understanding what people are going to say, I'm not going to get into all the details about that, but I will say this. It does not diminish your faith or your religion to simply love people. That in no way diminishes your capacity to be connected to God, or however you say it. It actually is probably a better picture of your faith if you can love people who are unlike you. Being that I know Scripture, went to seminary and all that kind of stuff, there's actually a passage that says, in essence, if you can love people like yourself, you really haven't accomplished anything. It's when you love people who are not like you. So the gay agenda, as GOaL sees it, is to provide safety to teenagers, safety to college students, support to adults, safety for them to simply live their lives. We're not talking about a parade running down the street. I like parades, but that's not what all of this is about. This is about protecting life and giving people the opportunity to live their humanity as they choose to do so. The same Constitution, the same freedoms that are afforded people like heterosexuals are the same ones that are afforded to people just like me. And so we have to provide that support. Not asking you to go way, way, way outside your comfort zone, just asking you to allow people in this community of Walker County to be who they are. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it. If you want to connect with us, you can connect Facebook page or through GOaL. We have a website, it's GOaL, it's www.GOaLLGBTQ.org. We appreciate it and look forward to connecting with people in this community who need our support and people who want to help.